in Ghana. Ghanaian musicians Sarkodie Shatawale Stonebwoy have always acknowledged the contribution and the support of their fan armies, SAG Nation, SM for Life, and Beam Nation, respectively. However, are these fan armies still relevant? Baba Sadiq shares his opinion. Founder of 3 media networks and NDC parliamentary candidate Okaike Central, Sadiq Abdullahi Abu believes fan armies in the Ghanaian music industry are losing their essence. Speaking in an interview with NYDJ on YFM in Kumasi, the CEO of Wilderland Festival revealed the groups have turned toxic, tearing each other apart instead of focusing on what they initially set out to do in the music marketing chain. They are not fit for purpose now. First of all, music marketing has changed and transformed tremendously over the past 2 to 3 years. Fan armies are becoming more toxic by the day. They continue to tear down on the achievements of each other. That wasn't the intention we sought to create by rewarding them.
It's time to experience something edgier, a refreshingly different music experience. The most exciting music event on your social calendar. This March, get ready for the 2nd annual 3 Music Awards with live performances from your favorite Ghanaian and African music superstars. The Fan Army of the Year. Here are the nominees for Fan Army of the Year. Shatta Movement, 69 Fans, Gadam Nation, Sock Nation, Beam Nation, Manafans, Patupa Soldiers, AMG Beyond Control, Team Move, and Shea Fans. To vote for your favorite Fan Army of the Year.
Daybreak Hitz.
So yeah, they were nominated and the right one won. Let's speak with Sadiq Abdullahi Abu. Baba Sadiq.
Andy.
Yeah, man.
I'm surprised that you guys still have the 2018.
Oh, come on, man. Is this not your original home?
Yeah, of course.
How be?
Yeah, cool. Day.
Nice. Now you are saying that the fan army is becoming more toxic by the day.
Yeah. I mean, we're analyzing the impact of fan armies, and we're looking at it from the point of the era where they were very good in the music marketing chain. You will recognize that within the last almost every 3 to 6 months, the music marketing terrain keeps changing. You know, it keeps turning around for good. You know, and previously the fan armies were a very good vehicle to amplify a new release or a project by a talent. But at a point in time, the competitive element of it became a bit extreme. I mean, it's fine for fans of different activities to jab at each other. We do it in football. But when it becomes too extreme and too toxic, then it raises eyebrows, you know. I mean, I support a crowd of Fuki Sokota Santi Kotoko. But obviously, I mean, we could go at each other and joke about things and all of those things and all of that. But sometimes when you go on a continental point, we all would be concerned or would want football generally to develop or progress. And we are at a point where the world or the global corporations are looking for the next big talents, particularly from Ghana, in Africa from Ghana. You know, so there's a call for all of us to focus and then see how we can unite energies.
But it's good you've mentioned other countries. You've traveled far and wide. Let's stay in Africa. In other African countries, don't we have these fan armies?
No, they obviously have these fan armies. Even beyond Africa, I mean, there's a beehives. We always have the...
That's right. But don't we have such, just as you mentioned, they're becoming toxic. Are there not toxic fan armies?
Well, of course. I mean, there are toxic fan armies, but we cannot necessarily look at them instead of us. I mean, they have proceeded to achieve certain things that we've not been able to achieve. I mean, so in that instance, we cannot say, they are doing A, B, C, D, and blah, 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 blah. We are also aspiring to get that global resonating effect for our talents now than before. And, you know, and so we cannot look at them and say, okay, in Nigeria, they're being toxic. And beehives are being toxic. The point is, they've been able to get to certain points that you are looking to aspire to. How do you get to that point? You cannot get to that point. We began to notice their toxicity when they got to that particular element of that particular point in their lives. How about us? we also need to be able to get to that particular point as well.
But with the musicians, isn't it working for them? Although they know very well that at a point it keeps retrogressing or it keeps deteriorating.
Well, currently it behaves to see it behoves to see if indeed it's indeed working or not. I mean, we are seeing how we are currently getting hits or not. The biggest hits of this year didn't come on the account of fanatic activity. The biggest songs of this year, in fact, the biggest songs of last year didn't come on the back of fanatic activity. The music marketing chain has tremendously changed. It's art and science. We are running companies like the way brands and services will run marketing campaigns. It's become more scientific now.
Well, in that case, can you confidently say that the fan armies are unnecessary?
So that's what I'm saying. That it's not necessary. It's always good to have a community. There's something called a community. Fan armies are a community, and every talent should always try to have a community of hardcore fans. But the militancy approach of it is what we are all decrying, because we are seeing how the militancy approach of it, or the toxic actions or the extreme actions of some of the fanatics, is destroying or is pulling us back. We've gotten to a point where there's an increased awareness that the global market is within reach. There's that increased awareness in our market that, you could conquer your primary market and its extension into the diaspora, and then go on to conquer a secondary market, which brings you a bigger audience, a bigger leverage, a bigger revenue lines. So once you've come to that particular awareness, you recognize that when you conquer your primary market, you will need the united energies of the primary market to be able to conquer a secondary market. We are all aiming to conquer that secondary market and make the much needed, create the much needed resonating effect for the country and for our music. We can't do that on the back of sometimes the extreme and toxic activities of the communities that we're building for our talents.
Right.
And that's the essence of it.
Many thanks for your time, sir. I'll link up back door.
Yes, back door.
Yeah. You know our joint.
It's been a long time you linked up for.
Casland.
Any Nigerian about Kaswa.
Bye. Listeners, that was Sadiq, CEO of 3 Media Networks. Okay, let me start with you, Kwame.
Annie,
welcome, Kwame Dati.
Thank you very much. Fans are people who are emotionally attached to individuals, right? And we're talking about fan armies.
Right.
So there is a fan and an army.
Right.
Means these are people who go the long haul to defend whoever they think is their favorite. I'm not sure there is much we can do to stop this. They're just like political foot soldiers. When one person from a political party is defending his party, there is nothing you can do to sway them to the other side. And so usually...
I'll give you just 3 minutes, please.
Usually I don't fault them so much, because these fan armies, the individuals in them, they don't reason logically. You don't expect to have an argument with them and then expect them to be people who are reasoning logically. No, they are coming to defend their artist.
Their star.
That's it. And so, for example, you post...
Even if it does bad?
Yeah, you post something on social media. Maybe Wale does something. He does something good. And he said, oh, Wale did so well. Why are there? Somebody from the other camp will come and write, when Stoneboy went here, he didn't see. So because you are on the other side, I shouldn't praise the person who you don't like. And I personally think that we should not concentrate on these fan armies when we are making our own projections, or we are making an argument about artists in this industry. If you target them, you won't go anywhere. Allow them to be fan armies. Let them support their artists. Let them say whatever they want to say. Where it is getting toxic, I agree. Yes, sometimes they would come and insult you. Me, I've received a fair share of that. They'll come and diss you, foolish boy. I don't care. Sometimes I'll go with you. You insult me, I'll insult you back. Emoji. I will do that. but you see, Andy, we can't really solve this issue. We can't solve it, because no matter what you do, whether they are contributing to the artist's sales or not, they will still have that emotional attachment to the artist.
Right. Lexi?
Okay. Let me talk from. Do I? Who follow? Who create a group for
Comedy. Why don't you have fan bases?
We just feed on people anybody who would want to come and watch our shows and also stream or watch our.
Is a fan.
Yes, but they will never label themselves as hey. Many people with Jimmy Ruff me feeling like it doesn't make it. Army.
Yeah.
To defend foolishness.
They don't care.
Okay, so what I'll say is I'm coming from the artist hour. What we do to contribute to some of these things. I feel if the fans are doing their own banter, it is okay. But when you come on live Facebook just to instigate them to do more disrespect, I think even the disrespect to other top legends are sometimes being fueled by we the artists, forgetting that we'll get to a point that probably the next set of generation will also come and also disrespect us. The energy, some of these, or the motivation sometimes come from the artists themselves, that they will just pump in the energy for them to continue to disrespect. Me, my own is, if you are disrespecting within, it's okay. But in a matter of when maybe Sarkodie has Bob Marley feature, that one is a global thing. We should all rally behind him. But you see the people at the other side of the divide also going at them. If the international market, whoever featured them, this large number of people in the country, they don't support this beautiful thing we just did with it. How can we even do more with other people? Why do you say, oh, you featured a dead body? The point is, so if you were in that position, would you have said the same thing that, okay, I did a feature with this person, so it's still a dead body or a dead person? It doesn't make any sense. I think it's not right. Or maybe a Shatawale gets a Beyonce feature and the other side of the divide would do everything possible to make it look like whatever that feature would bring to the country is useless. Even the artist wasn't even the right artist for the feature. It doesn't make any sense. So I think with the artists too, we have a lot. Sometimes when these people are pumping this energy into the system, we should try to straighten them all. Because it doesn't take anything away from you if you come on live and say that, yo, calm tempers, this thing is unnecessary. Let's rather support. Because I've seen them a couple of times come live and say, oh, Charlie, this particular, and every negative energy that was about to erupt from nowhere just subdued. So we can do better. Yeah. Then the fan army too, Charlie. Sometimes we take it easy on our people. If it's an international thing, Charlie, we for support. But within there, it be one our own thing. Make we just do it.
Okay then.
Yeah, on the.
Sadiq says your fan base is called Comicans.
I think
Afro comics, Afro comics.
I think there's something we cannot, do away with, because currently in the marketing circle, it is a trend which is growing, what we call the brand communities. Brand communities have become essential part of products because they they create a certain environment for brands to thrive. So it is very important that we hold it in high esteem. So people like us have a role to push it in their head. They are positives because brand communities can create a certain market for you, become an avenue for you to test campaigns and other things you want to launch. They create that advocacy platform for you as a brand, and it is something that we cannot lose sight of. Look at when it comes to fan revenue generation. These brand communities can help you generate revenue, attending your concerts, buying your merchandise, and also creating that huge factor about you to get brand endorsement, among other things. These are the positives we should look at, and we need to drum home into their head for them to know the power they carry, more than just making them feel like they are just there to fight. And if we need to change the narrative, I will appeal to Sadiq. I know he's listening. He's not happy about the militancy. Three Music should be one of the first people to help change the narrative by changing that fan army name to something, because it's also play into.
What do you suggest?
I suggest that because we are all not happy.
No, what do you suggest? You say because
I suggest that Three Music should change that category, that name.
What,
fan army.
What do you suggest?
They should. It can be fan community, brand community. It should be something.
But would that change anything?
No,
it's just the name.
Army for Christ.
You see, the army
alone is
it injects something into you. You understand?
You can't say the Salvation Army Day, but they know they.
So
all supporters. How about supporters of the year?
It'd be cool.
Supporters.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Oh, that will also tell you to soccer.
Sadiq should be in the lead. I mean, for us, by
supporters of the year,
appealing to them too, because you know these people, the army gets into their head and they are behaving like they throw bombs and
UBSM supporter.
No, it doesn't sound right.
I mean, they can think of something.
Sir.
All I want to
Fan base.
fan base of the year. I mean, what I want to say is that we all need to let them understand that their role goes just beyond fighting and bickering amongst themselves. And the Arrowhead, which is the brand they are supporting, has a very huge role to play, because you need to whip them in line and ensure that, because when you do it with them against somebody, the other party will also do it against you. So
that's why we
need that consciousness to ensure that we harness the positives of them.
Right, Martinez, please.
Yes, I agree with Sadiq.
Yes,
Andy, I beg to differ.
He made one point that every artist need a community, which is very, very important. I mean, that strong foundation to help build a brand. And so I believe that if we can deal with this issue, it has to be the artist. Maybe the artist coming to the understanding that they need to educate their people. Because for them, they are just there to support whatever the artist does. And for me, whenever we talk about this fan army thing being a problem, or maybe being a challenge, or their actions not helping, I think it has to do with one particular camp. Because it looks like, I don't know how to put it, but everybody belonging to that camp, or majority of them, they act like they own the industry.
But they own it.
They own what?
The industry.
They own the industry.
I beg to differ. Andy.
Because look, if you talk about Beam Camp, they look calm. If you talk about Sack Nation, they look calm. Yes. No, you see.
Sadiq, Martinez, don't say things you don't know.
No, it's not about saying things I don't know. But what I have observed so far on social media, I can tell you that the SM fans are...
We no go agree. You know me, I've declared my stand. I'm part of the Part soldiers.
But
right now we are giving managers. My good friend Sami Ba is a manager to an artist. I'm also be manager to Patapizi.
I've seen a story
and with the laces.
Lace.
So Andy, for me, what I'm saying is
trust me, I'll turn them into monsters.
The artist is the only one who can talk to the people, and if they will listen to what the artist will say, it will help. Because I agree with what Kwame said. We can discuss from morning to evening. They will listen until the artist himself will come out and speak to them. So it depends on the kind of orientation they get.
Right.
Yes, being in that camp.
Right, thank you. Mr. Clark. Martinez.
Okay,
or was it clapping an intro, laying a carpet for...
this man, I don't know. Oh, no. So... I think the submissions have been made clearly on the whole issue, and I think Sadiq's point, if you read the information about the whole thing, is talking about the fact that it's veering into an angle that it shouldn't. But then clearly the information is there. I mean, if let me flip this and ask a question: should a fan army represent the values of a brand? So, for example, if I take, what's the name? Kwabna. It's got a fan base. There may be a name for... Does it have a name for them? Well, not necessarily, but the question is, should the people who support him reflect the brand that Kwabna exudes, or the brand values?
They should.
So then it should, Beam Nation, the natives, should they exude the brand values of Stonebwoy? Should Sarkodie's followers that kind of stuff. So if that is the case,
So it helps the artist achieve
his brand goals ultimately.
Yeah.
Yes. So then what it means is that maybe all we have done is to scratch the surface of what having a brand, a fan base really means. So maybe all we have done is to have the following and get them to speak on our behalf. But have we taken it to the next step? Have we milked the experience completely? Have we milked the merch opportunity? Have we milked I want to hit 5,000 streams in the next 5 days, fan base, let's make it happen? Have we milked we are going to have this particular event, let's sell this particular arena out. We need it sold out in the next few minutes, let's make it happen. We are cleaning up the whole of Kolebu area, Army, let's make it happen. Have we, so basically I'm just asking questions to see if we have stretched it to the fullest or we're just scratching the surface and have left it for it to go on its own. Because, when you have a farm, even though you've planted all the good things, right, if you let it just be, you are going to have the weeds come up. And the weeds will certainly compete with the good ones in there. Because, yes, you can have a fan base, but, I think there are like 3 levels. We have the general folks who love music and may play with their music. And then we have fans. And then we have the third one, which goes beyond logic. And that one is stan. So we have fun and then we have stan. So the stan, if whatever you go talk, so that they are the extremists. You understand? So I think that for whatever it is, anybody who is able to wield that level of power and influence and have people, at your beck and call, or people supporting your crafts, it also comes with the unspoken responsibility of you ensuring that they fall in line. Because at the end of the day, somehow, some way, it is possible that certain things could be argued that it is also under your influence. You understand? So I think that we all need to be able to bear the responsibility from all angles. And then for commercial purposes, see how we can milk the brand community to our advantage in terms of, advancing our vision when it comes to our music. That's my thoughts.
All right, thank you very much. Sadiq sent a message. Let me read it. It says, there are music fans and there are fanatics. Music fans are often bigger and cut across. Fanatics can be a bit limited in niches. Perhaps the reason the younger talents today are opting to attract music fans instead of fanatics. The biggest breakthrough songs and talents in the last 3 years didn't come on the back of fanatic activity, which I agree absolutely. Okay, listeners. Eagle Eye 7 says, Andy, tell Kwame Dazi to be decorous. How can he say fans don't reason while generalizing the whole convo? Can't he segment it and say some are, but boxing, everybody is disrespectful? Because I know a lot of fans who are very reasonable. Respect music artist fans. Hashtag Daybreak Hitz.
Kwame Dazi, please acknowledge the
Kwame,
message.
What?
Please. I guess it was quite indeed.
What?
So say some.
Indeed, I guess it was.
Say
I'll not say
some.
some.
You don't say what?
I'll not say some.
Okay, you're done. Continue.
I'll not say some.
All of them.
I was talking about logical reasoning when it comes to argument. When you engage them and they are defending
No, that one
artist.
we understood
That was what I
it. But,
was
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
it's still some.
but for you to
Some
say,
part
It's
of
not all
them.
of them.
No.
so all of them, is that
All
what
of
you're
them.
saying?
It's all of them. That's how they all argue. It's not some.
Okay.
He's also a member of the fan base.
That
of
is how they
argument.
all
Which fan base? Hold on.
That's how they all
Which fan?
argue.
Kwame, which fan base? Which fan
That is
base?
how they all argue.
Kwame, which fan army do you belong?
Laces.
This one, what did you say?
Ebony.
Afrocum.
Afrocom.
Speaking of Afrocom and Lexi the comic, your comedy is this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
Campaign rough.
Campaign message.
Campaign.
Okay.
We're still on it. We are promoting.
Right.
So I'm here to let people show up on the night for me. Yeah, you saw
On
it,
Saturday,
on
What-
Saturday.
what
At
time?
7 p.m.
7.
7 p.m. at the National Theatre.
Shalaba 7. Why they start 7 p.m.? So it means what? Where we go come after 10? No, what go happen?
Oh, you still come and meet my performance by then.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's happening?
So it's a politically driven comedy show, but we'll try
Showdown.
showdown.
You give them a showdown.
Yeah,
The
so
man will showdown.
yeah, so if you followed my career for a while now, like I'm very good with impersonation. I do more of the impression. So I'll be mimicking or our lost leaders and those still surviving on the night, and also throw a few lights on some of the things we've gone through this year, or what the VJMO said, the calendar year. So like, yeah, they should just come. For this edition, I have the Godfather himself, KSM, coming through.
Wow.
And Captain Smart is my MC. Obian Ponsan is
Charlie.
this Captain Smart. I talk.
Captain Smart.
But
No,
then
I know Captain Smart. He fool small. I mean, like, if I don't say small, he fool. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
he's funny.
But comedians, they know the fool.
No, we are just full of ourselves.
They only entertain us.
With jokes. So Captain Smart. So if I dey speak pidgin, what I for talk? Like Captain Smart.
He be funny guy.
He be funny, yo.
Yeah.
He fool. That be all. Hey. So he will be the MC.
Yeah, MC. We have Nana Sase doing poetry. We have Obian Ponsan, Professor Lionel Ojo, and also Kojo PJ also coming through. There will be other surprise.
Kojo PJ, man, another funny guy.
Yeah, dope dude. And there will be other supporting acts. That night you get to see them if you come around. The ticket is going for 150 Ghana cedis regular and 250 cedis VIP.
Only.
If you have your phone now and your network is working, because yesterday it was quite rough. Star 713 star 33 star 260 hash. Star 713 star 33 star 260 hash. Or you can just come to my DM, reach out to my DM and wherever you are. Today we are going out to deliver tickets to a few people. So when you come into my DM and you are within the jurisdiction I found myself, I will personally deliver your ticket.
150 Ghana cedis
for regular 250.
So
VIP.
save yourself the wahala of going through the queue. No, so people the queue. Save yourself the wahala. Contact Lexi the comic, and he will
and
deliver.
Just call this number. You can call this number 0246 609 900.
0246 609 900.
And
I'll be sharp brain.
Smart.
Too much.
You are Nana Lisa.
This one, if you had the Afro Comb fan base, like by this time they buy half of the tickets already. You understand what
But
I'm
they'll be
saying?
insulting people I admire.
No, you control them. You let you speak to them.
I think
You
for
understand what I'm
your
saying? If they want to come to play,
Bobby Daddy will certainly be in the news. I'm sure say they started you to you already.
Me.
But
wait I no see.
But you see with Kwame, once they start giving it to him, once they start insulting him, it means he has won. Then it means they are insulting with no logical reasoning.
Yes.
You see.
No,
Maybe they will have some logical reason.
they have a reason.
What's the reason?
He should have said some.
Oh,
And it's logical.
Massa.
But if you are not part of the sub,
which
why do you insult?
member of a fan army will engage in an argument
Without insult.
Logically.
You
Yeah.
You know be fun.
I'll be fun.
You know
Fun.
you
I've
never-
even
you
gone
never
beyond
be
fun.
fun.
Of
I'll be
which
stand
artist?
up.
You are-
I'll be stand.
No.
I'll be stand.
You just
You are
love
one of which
music.
artist?
I'll be stand.
No, which
I'm a
artist?
real fan.
Nana
I'll be
Luis.
stand. I'll be stand.
Of which fan? Which fan?
That's not a list.
There used to be some fan army for a gospel artist. You don't know.
That doesn't give to you.
A big thank you. They're not confused.